If you want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it, I'm just going to ignore it in about a minute. I'll give it a minute. Okay. Fair. I'll give it to you. Alright, so this is how I know. So when I saw the photos, it was the same photos I got early on when I was in 2004. What it was, they book you with the thumbprints and shit. And they take photos of your face, and that was just it. So what they do is, when they do that, they do put it in the fucking papers and all that. And then maybe after about 2 to 3 years, they kind of fucking get rid of it if it's a misdemeanor, depending on the charge. Which means if they got a misdemeanor and the charge was very, how should I put it? Not even that like big. They would get rid of it after about 4 years. If it's a DUI charge, to get rid of it, they expunge it after about 7 years. But it wasn't a DUI charge, so they got rid of it after 3 years. But what happened was when he got put in, when he got put in, they got rid of it after 2 years. But what he did was he kept that photo, and that photo shows, if you look at the photo, and do a right click, and you look at the actual copy, how should I put it? If you do a right click, you could check out the actual, the date and time. If you looked at it, you can check out the date and time, and it shows 2 years from the time they were booked. So it shows that they were only in for booking. So what happened was when they came at me, I asked them, and I said, "Hey, look, I'm just trying to ask you about music and shit." And they started getting on some gang shit, and so I decided to say, "Hey, look, if they want to be about this, I already checked it up. They're only in for booking." I said, "Well, you know, I want to know, what does UBN stand for?" Because UBN is an acronym for part of the family of the VLs, which I used to hang out with out in Chicago. And if you're in SMM, I'm not going to do the acronym or spell it out for you because it's not my place, because I'm not in that. SMM rocks with VL. They're in the same family tree. But what UBN stands for is they didn't understand it. They still don't to this day. I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want them to know. Because if you don't know, then you're not fucking five. You're not fucking, blood. You know what I mean? I don't want people acting like something they're not. So when I said that, I said, well, I brought it to their attention. I said, well, are you SMM? And Red instantly said, I'm not going to talk about that. And that's when I realized he ain't SMM. Now, when I brought it up to Fly, I said, hey, who you banging then? Just jokingly, but just like bringing it up, pressing him a little bit. He's like, I ain't banging nothing, haha. But he's rocking all red. But here's a clue. If you look at his new music on YouTube, if you look at the anime, he's rocking blue with the Star of David. Think about that. So you're going to tell motherfuckers that you're blood and you're SMM, which means you're blood, you're 5-star. But if you look at his new music on YouTube, he's rocking all blue with the Star of David. Now the OGs already know that's flip-floppy. That's trolling type shit. That's when Chico started pressing him, and I started pressing him, because Chico's 42, I'm 34. We started asking him like, alright, you want to play that fucking game? We can play that fucking game. And that's when we started asking him. That's when I realized they're playing games with colors. And I know it's not because Chico's pissed off. I wasn't too bad about it, because I have homies that are more serious about it. But let's be real. I caught them in their fucking lie, and they know it. But I don't hate them enough to constantly expose them for it. That's just how I feel about it. That's why I've been telling motherfuckers they've been faking this shit for a long fucking time. And if people want to believe me, it's cool. I really don't give a shit. because it's not my place anyway. I'm 34. I got other shit I gotta fucking do, you know. But no, Red and Fly, they might have done maybe a tiny bit of juvie time. That's not the same as gym pop and adult shit. Like, it's not the same fucking thing. They only did booking. It's a fact. They got the fuck out. They did some weird shit with their hair and did some face tattoos, whatever. But real gangsters who are 30 and 40, we don't tat our shit up. We just tat our necks up and our bodies, and we just do what the fuck we do. That's OG shit. I guess the new generation, they tat their fucking faces up. I see you at ESPN. Hop in if you want, man. I don't know. This can't go on for a shit ton.